Hello, everyone. I'm Cameron Deatsch, Chief Revenue Officer here at Atlassian. Actually, I asked them if they would carry me in on one of the chairs. They said no, so next time. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for coming to this event. Thank you for coming online. Hopefully you learned a few amazing things this morning. But I get the best job of the day. I get to bring out a few customers to talk about their experiences to use Jira Service Management to modernize their IT operations and services for their internal users at their companies. So I'm very excited to bring out our first customers from Edenred. So Edenred is a global company. They provide a digital payments and benefits platform for thousands of companies worldwide. And with that, we have two incredible people from Edenred, both Razvan and Camelia. Come on out. Hello, Camelia. Hello. Please take a seat. Razvan, nice to see you. Okay, so we're a nice little concert theater here. So we're going to start off with, keep the theme going. So first off, before we talk about Jira Service Management, let's just jump in with the spirit of the event, and let's talk about the best concert you've ever been to. So Razvan, first off.
I think my best concert was Queen 2016 in Bucharest. It was the first time I was able to see Queen live, and it was reigniting my passion for Queen music that I was listening in my youth. So it was very nice for me.
Fantastic. Yeah. And Camelia?
Yeah, mine was Demons and Wizards, which took place in Germany 3 years ago, and I liked it because I was able to listen to my favorite songs live.
Fantastic. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so beyond liking music, we should talk about a little bit of your experience at Edenred. So can you tell us a little bit about your company and your roles there and your relationship with Jira at Edenred? Razvan?
We are a digital paying company. We are connecting, I think, 52 million customers with 2 million merchant partners in 45 countries. So we are creating an infrastructure for them to pay for meals, for fleet and mobility, for incentives, and also for corporate payments. And we are both part of a business unit that it's a technical business unit, and it's a center of excellence. It's called the Edenred Digital Center. And we are basically the ones that are providing technical advices for all the business units from the company.
Great. And Camelia?
Yeah. Well, as many Jira administrators know, we don't provide only technical knowledge. We also help our users on how to use the application at its maximum capacity. And currently, our team is offering support for more than 1/3 of the business units that we have in the company. And we are just getting started with these numbers.
Wow. I think we'd love to, and you're in this journey towards modernizing your service delivery internally. But I'd love to hear, I think the whole audience would love to hear, is like, what were some of the challenges that led you down this path prior to standardizing on Jira Service Management?
I think we are starting to use Jira in Edenred in 2016, but it was something on premises and it was on trial. We are starting to see exactly, we have some infrastructure team that they are using some processes there. We started to found a Jira team inside Edenred in 2018, and then we analyzed what are the options for us. We are going on premises, we are going on cloud, and since we didn't want to lose time on server configuration and patching and everything that is related to on-premises things, and we decided to focus only on implementation, we switched to cloud, and from 2019 we started the cloud journey. And we are out advocating from that moment to all the business units that they can work with us.
Great. It sounds like you've gone off to a great start, but still plenty of work to do. Can you talk about the evolution of Jira Service Management? Has it grown, since the early days of rollout and implementing ITIL practices to what it is today? Can you give us paint a picture of your current deployment?
So basically, we were starting from business unit to business unit. We're creating small projects at the beginning, but now we are expanding. We launched a new initiative this year that is called One Jira, and it's a product. It's a Jira project, but it's a product for us because it's something that is global. It will touch almost all the users from Edenred, and we are getting to put there all the ITIL processes that we can. It's incident management, service management, change management, also problem management, and every kind of management that we can do in Jira, we are trying to put it there.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think this is a common theme we see across our customer base where they might have different variety of tools or multiple Atlassian deployments, and they're looking to consolidate and standardize as they're moving to the cloud. But obviously, this journey in consolidation and move to the cloud is a significant effort for your organization. Can you speak a little bit to that journey for you, Camelia?
Well, yeah, besides Jira Service Management and the One Jira project, we also had the APAC migration of all the business units. Basically, we were able to provide all of our users with all they needed, basically technically, and also help them to build their processes. And we gathered them all under the same Jira environment instance. And both initiatives generated more than 500 licensed users and few thousand customers. And this is why Jira Service Management became our primary tool, with more than 1,000 licensed users and actually 10,000 customers that we are managing with our team.
That's a massive consolidation effort through this, and obviously still much more to go. But obviously you did this for a reason. You're trying to address these challenges of different practices, different systems, different tools into a centralized offering on Jira Service Management. As you've gone through this journey, have you started to realize any benefits for your end users, for your own internal efficiency? Can you speak to those benefits?
Yeah, one of the benefits that interested us the most was the fact that assets became part of Jira Service Management. So once I joined the company, we decided to make a good use of my previous experience as an asset manager, and we started creating a lot of templates for asset inventory. After these templates were created, we decided to invite our business units to use them. And this year, actually, we began a project where assets became our primary CMDB tool, which actually makes us really glad that all of our users, we actually help them to build so much trust with us.
Fantastic. Razvan, anything to add?
Yeah, and besides this part, we are using everything that we can from the Jira Service Management. We have the integration to the REST APIs. We are also having automation that are running on time frames that are using to connect the Jira projects with the software projects that we have. And we want to build a platform that it's for us, will have the ITIL processes there, and also to have the common reporting, to have everything in one place, because you have now scattered around the globe. So we want to have it in the same platform in order to create reports on the business unit level, but also on the global level.
Gotcha. So obviously it's been very focused on your IT operations and your ITIL use cases and managing assets, but you've also been able to start to expand to other departments in the business. So Razvan, can you speak to some other use cases or other departments you've been able to bring on?
Yeah. So when I started advocating for Jira usage, my motto was, if you want your process to be visible, you need to put it in Jira, because we have the platform for it. So we started to talk with different departments from the business units. For the legal department, we started in Romania because it was easier for us. But there we enrolled the legal department, the finance department, the marketing department, and we are working with the HR department to create their specific Jira Service Management projects and processes that they are helping them to expand and to have their work visible. That wasn't the case before.
And Camelia, do you?
Yeah, well, actually, I want to say that I was amazed by the number of business units and departments that were contacting us in order to have their own Jira Service Management projects, because actually they wanted to match their needs. And I even remember receiving a huge list with all these business units and departments when I joined. And currently we have more than 50 Jira Service Management projects, and these numbers are growing actually monthly.
Wow. Yeah, I think Razvan here, the one statement I hear from customers all the time: if it's not in Jira, it doesn't exist. Yeah. And obviously that's great that we are able to handle those core IT use cases, but now we're coming into your legal teams and HR teams. It starts to become every team is a service team. We start standardizing on Jira Service Management. Fantastic. So in addition to the incredible transformation efforts with the One Jira, it would be great to hear about how have you taken on these multiple cloud migrations? As you guys know, this is a major effort with Atlassian to help our customers move to the cloud and take advantage of all the new capabilities that you saw this morning. So can you speak to a little bit more about your cloud migration experience, Camelia?
Yeah, well, basically we decided that it would be more beneficial for us to be on cloud, because as Razvan mentioned, we wouldn't spend time on server configuration and administration, and we would focus only on the Jira functionalities and implementation of projects. And once we settled there, we invited all the business units to join us so they could benefit from our technical knowledge. And this is why in the past 2 years we had a lot of migrations, both from data center and server, all of them to cloud. So this is basically what happened. A lot of migrations all at the same time.
Fantastic. And Razvan, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, but besides the migration from on-premises, we are also will migrate some of the cloud instances on ours, so to have the single point of contact. And also we are planning to migrate other tools. So there are business units that are using other tools for service management, and we already discussed with them, and we will have on the roadmap for the next year to migrate some of these business units from any other tool that they have in the Jira Service Management.
Fantastic. So obviously a massive effort to standardize on your one Jira deployment, to migrate all these different business units just for the IT use cases, and now then you have more and more business departments expanding. So sounds like you guys are staying busy.
Yeah.
And obviously you're going to be around later today. I'm sure there's many people here in the audience that would love to speak with you about your journey. I know many people in the audience are at different stages of their journey, both to standardizing on Jira Service Management as well as adopting Atlassian Cloud. Which I think would be leave with some advice here. So I always give this, if different people, different stages in the journey, but if you could go back to 2 or 3 years ago, Razvan, and give yourself some advice on how to ensure that you would have a successful outcome with your Jira Service Management deployment, what advice would you give yourself?
Well, if it was for me 3 years ago, the advice would be do not migrate at that moment, because the product was not ready for that. It didn't have any support for Jira Service Management, so basically the migration then needs the conversion and so on, and it was a lot of work. But now the advice for the ones that are migrating now is to be prepared what the migration means. You have a lot of work to clean the data before the migration, after the migration, and so on, and also prepare the users for what it means to change the platform that it's on premises to the one that it's on cloud.
Yeah. And we appreciate you taking you're definitely on the forefront of our migration efforts a few years ago. We've obviously learned a ton since then through those efforts, and it seems like you're coming out the other side very cleanly. Camelia, you have anything to add?
Well, as he mentioned, of course, I would make sure that my users understand the differences between how to use Jira Server or Jira Data Center and Cloud, and make sure that you move only the relevant data, basically cleaning up the instances before you try to migrate. It will be a lot of work, of course, but in the end, it will be worth it.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, we see that a lot as this, the migration is not just about going from taking what you already have and putting it on the cloud, but actually make sure that you are bringing only what you need, and when you have there, it's the best practice, it's clean, and it's the process you want to scale on into the future. So definitely more than just a click and migrate type of effort, but definitely worth the work.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So hey, Razvan and Camelia, sounds like you really found your groove here with Jira Service Management and are off to some amazing things at Edenred. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your event. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we have Hannes from Arvato Systems. Come on out, Hannes. I see you.
I see you
Please
too.
take a seat.
Thank you.
I enjoy your hairstyle.
So,
Okay, it's very good. Okay, we're
what's some work this morning?
yeah, exactly. So hey, once again, within the concert theme that we have here, what was your favorite concert you've ever been to?
That was years ago in Hanover when I went to an AC/DC concert.
Yes,
That
thank
was
you. Okay,
Awesome experience.
okay. Yeah, much like great software, everything's from Australia, like AC/DC. It's very good. Awesome. So hey, first, can you tell us a little bit about your role and Arvato Systems in general?
Yeah, well, so Arvato Systems is part of the Bertelsmann Group.
Okay.
And is basically providing IT services in the Bertelsmann Group, but also outside the Bertelsmann Group. I'm part of the MCI part, so the multi-cloud and infrastructure, so I'm representing workplace services, platform services, as well as application services, so infrastructure services.
Gotcha.
Summarize it.
And can you speak to the scale of this organization? Like how many employees, how many teams that?
So currently in the service management, we have around about 200 agents.
Okay.
And we are planning to expand quite a bit and to focus more on service management than we did in the past.
Great.
Yeah.
And can you speak to some of the, just in your role, obviously you have a large remit, can you speak to some of the challenges that you face day to day?
Yeah, our day-to-day, actually everything that has been said so far did resonate with me so much, you won't believe it. I mean, like 1,000%, I would even say. So it's exactly that what we are trying to address here is, the challenges are the silences, the inefficiencies, loss of information, not taking, unclear responsibilities, weird workflows, and I mean, everything you could think of. These are really the challenges that we have, and we would need to, and me being a COO, of course I need to, drive everything towards efficiency, cost efficiency. Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, and that's our whole thing this morning of ending bad service management.
Yes.
But obviously, I saw you this morning watching these presentations, and the bad service management resonated with you. Like, can you make that a more meaningful? Like, what is bad service management? What is the risk to your business?
See, what I observe is if we are delivering actually excellent services, and we have in part, not always, but in part, mostly, we really have a great delivery, but it is not perceived great, just because we don't focus enough on service management. So that is really the risk, that the best service is not perceived as a good service if you're rustic on your service management.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you've looked to standardize on Jira Service Management, like what is the advantage of having a modern IT service management platform, or what are the advantages you've seen so far to date?
So what I see here is it is really connecting the dots so that we can really that we really have end-to-end visibility and control over our workflow. So starting with the customer, over the delivery, to the IT operation management. I have the full-blown end-to-end integration of all the workflows and everything that's going on. Yeah.
Gotcha. And so obviously you've been in the industry for quite some time. You've seen a variety of tools being used. But what led you to choose Jira Service Management for your organization?
So first of all, it is the flexibility that comes along with the Jira Service Management. The availability of resources is also quite crucial, and the running costs of the system. So these are the three major factors that were crucial for us. And we were lucky enough to find an awesome partner. And this is also a huge success factor, to do it with the right partner.
Can you speak a little more to the flexibility piece there? I think that's an interesting piece. It's one thing that we talk about, of ensuring that we integrate with your existing systems, can be flexible enough for core IT use cases, but also business use cases. But when you said flexibility, what does that specifically mean for your organization?
So that means that we have quite a few automations in place that we would like to connect to the ITSM platform. Of course, we got an ERP system, because at the end we need to write invoices for what we do. Otherwise, you can't exist. Being a chief revenue officer, you know what I mean. No invoice, no revenue. So yeah, we have lots of systems that we need to connect to the platform. Mm-hmm. We have customer individual workflows that we need to be, so we need to be very flexible also on the workflows depending on our customers. And so all this is perfect using Jira Service Management.
Fantastic.
We are very flexible. We got this citizen developership, so I don't always need a dedicated developer to change a workflow. This is just the way.
It's easy enough that you have your teams, teams can manage it accordingly.
Exactly.
Great. And then, obviously, you've been rolling this out. Can you speak to some of the benefits? So obviously, you say, obviously providing high-level quality service that's perceived as high quality to your end users. Yeah. Can you speak to some of the benefits for it?
Well, the benefits are that we can, first of all, we better know where we need to get better. So we have more knowledge, more visibility, more self-consciousness, if you like. That makes the services even better. Then we are seeing where we are not leaving business. So we see where we can make more business, how to improve the business. So it's on all dimensions good for us. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, these deployments can be, quite complicated. You have all the flexibility. You want quick time to value with the systems, and you actually look to one of our Atlassian partners to actually help you implement. Can you speak to that? What led you to the partner you chose, and what the relationship was like?
Yeah, actually, as I can say the name.
Of course you
Bordencea.
Oh no, not Venature. No, of course.
So we actually talked to a couple of potential partners, but then we met Venature, and we felt that there was a great interest of them. They really would go with our ideas, and we are both excited on the journey that we plan to go. And they exactly understood where we want to go and where we need to go, and which, if it is robotic process automation, everything. So they would exactly understand what we need and what we want.
Gotcha.
And that was, and then we had lots of great workshops already with them.
Yep. And that's one, thing that Atlassian absolutely treasures, and thank you, Venature team, for taking care of Arvato through this. But the entire Atlassian solution partner network is a massive asset for all of our customers. Yeah. Whether you're migrating to the cloud, you're looking to deploy Jira Service Management, our partners are there to help provide that end-to-end solution that many of our customers need. So thank you to our partners in the audience, and for our customers, I hope you look to, if you're trying to make evolution with Atlassian, that you please look to our partners to come help you. They can absolutely make it easier and faster for you to do it. Great. So you deployed, you say you got 200 agents going, you're often standardizing on Jira Service Management. Can you look to the future and paint a picture of where this is all going for your organization?
Yeah, once we got our IT, so currently we are focusing on IT service management, but we want to go beyond that. We want to, we want to keep an eye, we want to go towards enterprise service management as well as customer service management. That's the goal, and then grow from 200 to like 1,200 agents.
Can you speak to the enterprise service management? So this, I'm assuming it's more like Camelia and Razvan, where you're seeing other departments beyond just your IT use cases. Yes. Can you see where that would be most applicable, or where you're seeing demand in your organization?
Well, I mean, one of the first fields of action will be the HR. Workflows, starter, changer, leaver, and so on. This will be one of the first enterprise service management services that we want to work on.
Fantastic.
And support our HR department. And then we have we have the first customer, and then we can take it from there and take on more and more enterprise services.
Case studies to keep going from department to department. Very good.
See, since Bertelsmann is a quite versatile company, so there's endless potential for enterprise services. If you have printing groups, TV channels, publishing houses, you can imagine that there's a plethora of potential for enterprise services.
Sounds like you got plenty of work/opportunity ahead of you for your teams. Yeah. So great. Also, I just loved that the last few minutes we have here. Obviously, you're pretty far along on your journey here with Jira Service Management. Do you have any advice to the audience, any recommendations as they're looking to modernize their own IT processes? Yeah,
actually, first of all, you need to know where you are at. You need to know your current position down to the point. And when you are actually investigating and doing research on where you are today, you need to have your master data in place before you start. Don't develop your master data as you go. There is an Abraham Lincoln citation, is to fail to prepare is preparing to fail. And that is actually, it's also connected to a football coach, but it was Abraham Lincoln, just for everybody. It wasn't the football
American
coach.
football.
American football,
okay.
Yeah. So you need to work on your master data and do sound preparation before you kick off your project and start the journey, because you will be much faster if you have your master data in place. And it's also about expectation management. You got lots of shareholders out there, and what you need to manage is the expectations. It's not. Idealistically, you fulfill expectations, but as you all know, not all expectations are realistic. at that moment, you need to manage these expectations. And master data, sound planning helps you a lot doing this.
Great. Well, I appreciate that. So, Hannes, thank you so much for sharing your story. Can we get a round of applause for Hannes,
Thank you.
Camelia, and Razvan? Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great day.